Good morning, students. We are studying NCERT Class 8 Math Part 1, Chapter number 5, Numbers Play. In the previous class, we have completed the problems which are given in our book at page number 122. To learn about the previous first 4 chapters, you can follow my videos. And now we will continue with this chapter. Today we will learn about the divisibility rule of 9. Before that, let's remember what we have learned about the different numbers divisibility rule. That we have learned about 2, 4, 5, 8 and 10. We will have a quick revision of the divisibility rule of this you have learned in your previous classes. Today we will learn the divisibility rule of 9. Understood? Now, a number is divisible by 2. A number is divisible by 2. What are the conditions required? Unit place of that number, that number must be 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. Understood? If any number having unit place 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then that number is definitely divisible by 2 except single digit number, single digit number 0. Understood? Other than 0, if any number ending with the 0, that is divisible by 2. Suppose we take 20, this is divisible by 2, and if we take minus 30, this is also divisible by 2. Excuse me. What about 4? Divisibility rule of 4. What is divisibility rule of 4? That your last two digits must be divisible by 4. Understood? Means last two digits must be divisible by 4. That is the divisibility rule of. It means that if you have written here 16, now you can write anything. 3, 6, 1, 2, 1, 5, 8, 2, 9. Understood? Now this number is, since 16 is divisible by 4, this whole number is also divisible by 4. Understood? You can replace this number with the other number also. If you write it 24, then again also this number is divisible by 4. Understood? So only you have to check whether your last digit number should be divisible by 4. So this number is also divisible by 4. So what is the divisibility rule of 8? Divisibility rule of 8. Last three digits should be divisible by 8. Understood? Your last three digits should be divisible by 8. Then that number is divisible by 8. Now we will see. What is this number? 112. Now you check this number whether this number is divisible by 8 or not. Understood? Then you came to know that this number is divisible by 8. Now see. Now you will see that it is difficult. There is no use of this divisibility rule, that we have to actually divide 3-digit number. So dividing 3-digit number is easier task when you have a number 3614123 3192, any number. When now you have to check this large this much bigger number, big number, and you have to find out whether it is divisible by 8 or not. Then at that time, if you check that the last 3 digits are divisible by 8, it means the whole number is also divisible by 8. So any you to check the divisible particular number is divisible by 8 or not, you have to just check the last 3-digit number. Now you will feel, now you can realize that yes, this method is actually makes our task easier. Now what is the divisibility rule of 5? What is the divisibility rule of 5? Means last digit, we can say last digit or we can say unit digit. Understood? Unit digit must be 0 and 5. Understood? Any number if you write 3 1 4 6 8 9 5 8 2 1 3 1. Understood? And if you want to check whether this number is divisible by 5 or not, if you write it here 5, this number must be divisible by 5. If you write it here 0, then this number is must be divisible by 5. And to check whether the particular number is divisible by 5 or not, you have to just check the unit place. Unit place should be either 0 or 5. So here is 0, this is divisible by 5. If we now, this number is not divisible by 5 because here there is no 0, there is no 5, and this number is also not divisible by 5 because here it is 3. Now this number is also not divisible by 5 because here it is 1. And if we check this number we can see that 5 is there, so this is divisible by 5. This is the divisibility rule of 5. Now for 10 for 10 your last, that number should end with 0. That number should end with 0 except 0 as single digit. Understood? Means other than 0, all the numbers ending with 0 are divisible by 10. Means if you take 20, if you take minus 30, if you take 40, but if you take 0, then this is a different case. Understood? So other than 0, all the numbers ending with 0 are divisible by 10. So these are the divisibility rule of 2, 5, 2, 4, 5, 8 and 10, which we have already learned in our previous classes. Now we will check the divisibility rule of 9. Now see, if I quickly tell you what is the divisibility rule of 9, then you will realize that it's a very easy and quick method to find out that the divisibility rule of 9 is this, and whether any number which is any number is given, and if we find out whether that number is divisible by 9 or not, is a very quick method to find out. But what is given in our book, that how that method is derived. Understood? At this age, since you are studying in class 8, and you should be curious about how this method is actually evolved or formed. Understood? That we will see, that is given in your book, and we will see how that method is evolved. And if I tell you quickly, then you can learn it, this method in 1 minute, even less than 1 minute. Understood? But we will drive this method, how this method is achieved. Now see, what about 9? Is this number is divisible by 9? All of you will say yes. Understood? If I say 99, is this number is divisible by 9? All of you will say yes. If I say 999, and if I ask you whether this the number is divisible by 9, what you will say? Yes. Understood? So if I say 10, and if I ask you whether this number is divisible by 9 or not, then what you will say? You will say no. Understood? If I write here number 20, what you will say? You will say no. How? How you are saying no? That actually you are doing division, and you are saying that there is remainder, so this number is not perfectly divisible by 9. And if I write here 30, then again you will say no, because this number is not divisible by 9. But we will try to find out some pattern. Understood? We'll try to find out some pattern, how this number actually, this number, when we do this, divide it by 9, what we will get? What we will get? That we will see that this number is actually, when we write the combination of, we are representing 10, when divided by 9, we are representing that number in terms of quotient and remainder. Okay, what is our quotient? 1. We are representing that number in terms of quotient, remainder and divisor. Understood? Quotient, remainder and divisor. So this is 10, this is 9, this is 1, and our this is 1. All of you know what is this? Divisor. What is this? Dividend. What is this? Quotient. And what is this? Remainder. Understood? So we will represent this dividend in terms of divisor, remainder and quotient, and we will observe what pattern we can see. Now see, this 10 can be represented as divisor into quotient plus remainder. Understood? And this 20 as a dividend can be represented as divisor into quotient plus remainder. Understood? This 30 can be represented as divisor into quotient plus remainder. Understood? Now we will see 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. What we observe that 9 into 4 plus 4, 9 into 5 plus 5, 9 into 6 plus 6, 9 into 7 plus 7, 9 into 8 plus 8. We have represented these numbers. We know that these numbers are not divisible by 9, and what we have represented these numbers as a divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now you will see what pattern you are seeing, that when you divide it by 10, when 9 is divided by 10, you get remainder 1. When 20 is divided by 9, you get remainder 2. When 30 is divided by 9, you get remainder 3, and the same pattern is happening. Understood? What you have observed? Now see. Now what we will do? Just see that we have checked with the 80. Now I'll just give you the example of 90. 90 is what? 90 is what? 90 into 9 plus 9, and we cannot write it like this. Understood? Actually this is 90 into 10, right? So actually 90 is divisible by 9, that you can see, because if you represent in this pattern this number, so you will find that this number is actually divisible by 9, and this remainder is also divisible by 9. Actually this is a wrong process. We are supposed to write like this. Understood? But since we are writing all these numbers in a pattern, that's why I have written this. Now we will keep this example here, and now what we will see? Now see. Now what we will do? We will check with 100. After 90, what is the next number? 100. Now we will check the 100. Here we have written. Now what is this? Now what result you will get here? When you express 90 in this form, you will see that 90 into 11 plus 1. Your 1 is remainder. I will just show you one example. 100 divided by 9, 1, 9, then you have taken 10, then 1, 9, remainder 1. Means 90 into 11 into 1. Also in this case also what will happen? 22. Understood? 22, and in this case 33, in this case 44, in this case 55, in this case 66, in this case 77, in this case 88, and your remainder is 8. And let me show you the last example also. 800 divided by 9, what we'll get? 8, 72, we get 8, 0, then 8, then 72, then remainder is 8. Means 90 into 88 plus 8 is our remainder. Now what you will see? Can you see the pattern? That 100 is also giving you one remainder, 200 is also giving you two remainder, 300 is also giving you three remainder, 400 is also giving you four remainder, likewise 800 is giving you eight remainder. Understood? And 900 is a case of completely divisible by 9. So if we check it this by 100, then what we will get the result? 9 into multiplied by 100. So after 900 what we get? After 900 we get 1000. Now we will check with 1000. If we check with 1000, what we will see? Now we have very less space, but we try, and we will try to this only, and you will get the pattern. You will get the pattern. Understood? See, now we are expressing 1000. How we will express? 1000 is 9 into 11111 plus 1. 2000 is 9 into 222 plus 1. 3000 is 9 into 333 plus 1. 4000 is 9 into 444 plus 1. Sorry, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, 5000 is 9 into 555 plus 5. 6000 is 9 into 666 plus 6. 7000 is 9 into 777 plus 7. And 8000 is 9 into 888 plus 8. Now what we see? We have seen the case of 10, we have seen the case of 100, we have seen the case of 1000, and you can see the case of 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh. Always you will find that you are getting remainder. When you are dealing with the 100, you are getting remainder 1. When you are dealing with the uh, 2000, you are getting remainder 2. This pattern is always same. So I will write this pattern so that you are more clear about this pattern. That if you are writing 10, 100, 1000 or any number, always you will get remainder 1. Always you will get remainder 1. Likewise, if you write 40, 400, any zero, any amount of any number of zero you put, you will always get the remainder 4. 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 Understood? Got this point? How we have concluded this? Now see. Suppose I have written a number. I have written this 4-digit number. This number can be represented as 3000 plus 400 plus 80 plus 1. Understood? Now you will see, when we divide this number by 90 or 9, when we divide this number by 9, what result we will get? That we have seen, we will get 3. Understood? And when this number is divided by 9, what result you will get? What is the remainder you will have? You will have remainder 4. And when you divide 80 by 9, what remainder you will get? You will get remainder 8. And when you divide 1, you will get remainder here 1 only. Understood? Now see, when you divide this number by 9, and by splitting this, you will get these remainders. Understood? These remainders. Now add these remainders. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 8, 15 plus 16. Next result is your 16. Understood? Now check this number. Check this number. This is actually 10 plus 6. Understood? In case of 10, what is your remainder? Your remainder is 1, and and this is 6 only, and you will get the result 7. What is the final remainder? 7. Understood? It means that when you divide this number by 9, you will get the remainder 7. Understood? We have split the number 3000. Then, and you know, when we divide 3000 by 9, you will get the remainder 3, that we have discussed. Also 400, you will get the remainder 4, 80, you will get the remainder 8, and in this case 1. Now, and when you add all these remainder, you will find another number which is 16. Then you find it, there is 10 plus 6 and 10 plus 6, because you have to come to that point when remainder is 1 to 8. Means if it become 9, then it is divisible by 9. If it is 10, then it is, you will get the again cycle of remainder will continue from 1 to 8, then again 1 to 8. So at the and you have to actually, when you are dividing it by 9, then you have to see what is the remainder, and you have to come to this single digit, and this is 7. Now you find out, now you are clear how this 7 came. We will check with another number, then we'll move to our final conclusion. Now suppose I have written a random number 831462. I have written a random number and divide it by divide it by, just you have to tell, divide it by 9 and just tell me what is the remainder. How, when you start doing the division, we do it quickly, that this 8 will give us 8 remainder, this 3 will, this 3, what is this, 30,000 will give us 3 remainder, this 1000 will give us 1 remainder, this 400 will give us 4 remainder, this 60 will give us 6 remainder, and 2 will give us 2 remainder. And when we add this, this is 26. Now again apply the same thing. This is 20 plus 6. This 20 will give you 2 remainder, and this 6 will give you 6 remainder, and finally you get the 8 remainder. Means when you divide this by 9, you will get the 8 remainder. Understood? Now you can do it quickly. You can do this very quickly. If I write any random number 3621458, understood? Now just do it very quickly. What we are doing? We are just adding the face value. You have understood that 6 plus 3 9, 9 plus 2 11, plus 1 12, 12 plus 4 16, 16 plus 5 21, 21 plus 8 29 plus 2 31. You get the result 31. Now what we are doing? This 3 plus 1, that is 4. Means your remainder is 4. When you divide this number, your remainder is 4. Understood? Now see very carefully. Your remainder is 4. In this number, your remainder is 4. Either you subtract this number by 4, or you add this number by 5. You will get, what you will get? You will get remainder 0. Understood? And you will get the remainder 0. What does that mean? That means that that particular number now converted to a perfectly divisible number, perfectly divisible by 9. Understood? Now see, if we, let's subtract this number by 4. 82 minus 4 is 78. Understood? Those 78, 5, 4, 1, 2, 6, 3. Now this number is completely divisible by 9. Again, if you add 5, 82 plus 5 is 87. 5, 4, 1, 2, 6, 3. Now this number is also completely divisible by 9. And we have come to conclusion that the divisibility rule of 9. What is the divisibility of rule of 9? That the sum of the number should be divisible by 9. Understood? The sum of the number should be divisible by 9. This is the divisibility rule of 9. If we write it, any number 3 6 4 1 5 2 3 5 5 2 3 1. I don't know whether this number is divisible by 9, but we can make it 6 plus 3 9, 4 plus 5, 9. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. Understood? So 11 is not divisible by 9. 11 plus 8. If we write it here 8, then this number is divisible by 9. So how this rule evolved, that the sum of the number, if divisible by 9, then the number is also divisible by 9, means 6 plus 3, 9. 9, 4 plus 9, 18. 18 plus 5, 23. 25, 28, 29, and 29 plus 8. Okay, let's check again. 9, 9 plus 4, 13. 13 plus 5, 18. 18 plus 5, 23. 23 plus 2, 25. 25 plus 3, 28. Plus 1, 29. 29 plus 8. What is 29 plus 8? 37. Understood? 37. So if we write here 7, then the sum is 36. Understood? Actually, we have to write some number which is actually the sum is 36. So actually, if 8 is written here, then it means that that number is not divisible by 9. If we have written here 7, then your sum is 36. Now 36 also, if you add 3 plus 6, that is 9. It means it is divisible by 9. At the end, you should get the result 9. Otherwise, for 2-digit number, you know the table. If you get the result 36, or you get the result 45, or you get the result 81, then you have to directly conclude that yes, 81 is divisible by 9, or 8 plus 1 is also 9. So this is the divisibility rule of 9, and how this divisibility rule concluded or derived, that we have seen. So what is the divisibility rule of 9? If the sum of face value or we can say sum of digits only. If the sum of digits is divisible by 9, the number is divisible by 9. Understood? If I explain you earlier, so you will come to know that okay, the divisibility rule of 9 is very easy. We have to just add the digits, and if the sum is divisible by 9, then 9. But how this conclusion, how we reach to this point, that we have seen today. Understood? So divisibility rule of 9 that we have learned today, and this is all about today's class. Today we have learned that how this divisibility rule drive, and in the next class we will see the divisibility rule of some other number, that is 3. And till then, take care and thank you very much.